is Leah Joyce, and welcome to my presentation on food consumption. This is Professor Hannah Keller's English 112 class, and if you have any questions about my presentation, then you're more than welcome to leave comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. So I decided to research the topic of food consumption because it's something I'm very passionate about. I love helping others live a healthier lifestyle, and I care about the health of Americans. Unhealthy foods are often cheaper and easily accessible compared to healthy food. Fast food and junk food are becoming more and more popular every day due to being quick service and cheap. I understand it's much easier when you're on your way home from work to stop by and grab something from McDonald's because, hey, it takes 5 minutes, so that's what lots of Americans are doing to these days. One source that I got some information from was The Effect of Fast Food Restaurants on Obesity and Weight Gain by Janet Curry. This article goes into detail about how locations of fast food are what's causing obesity in lots of children. Kids in school are often offered processed school lunches or fast food within walking distance of the school. For example, when I was in high school, I had a McDonald's walking distance from my school, so it was a lot easier to go just pick up something from McDonald's instead of getting a healthy lunch at school because we weren't offered healthy lunches. Fast food is made from high saturated fats, which is the leading cause of obesity, Curry states. And one of her quotes from her article says, among 9th graders, a fast food restaurant within 0.1 miles of school results in a 5.2% increase in obesity rates. Okay, the next topic I'll be going into is about how fast food does not advertise the health risks. It's no doubt that junk food is bad for people. I think everyone can agree on that. But it needs to be advertised more to let people know the risks. For example, we don't see warning labels on McDonald's cheeseburgers, and this needs to change to warn people about the effects it can cause on you. Fast food has effects on the nervous system, reproductive system, bones, and more. The number of obese Americans has also more than doubled, which is really eye-opening, and everyone needs to realize that. The reason fast food industries do not tell people about the health risk is because that's basically how they stay in business and make money. The government, in my opinion, has never cared about my health, and they don't care about Americans' health either, because if they did, they would be advertising to let people know the health risk of fast food, unhealthy food, and junk food. But instead, they're advertising it to try to get people to eat it more. Without sick people, doctors would not be in business. In 2021, oncology spending is expected to be around $187 billion worldwide. If people ate like they should and took care of their bodies, that number would definitely decrease tremendously. What would help to solve this issue would be to make healthy food more affordable and easily accessible. We see fast food commercials advertising cheeseburgers, fries, chicken nuggets, processed desserts, etc. But in those commercials, they never mention that fast food causes cancer. When do we ever see a commercial telling people to exercise, eat healthy, and to avoid fast food? That's right, we don't. Because it's simple. The government doesn't care about our health. It's very unfortunate, but it's true. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Another example is how the government makes money and how the government gets people sick is because in school, kids are given milk with their meals because it's cheap and it gets kids addicted and eventually can cause health problems because milk is known to cause breast cancer in women. And then in another book I read by Schlossner called The Fast Food Nation, he talks about how fast food industry has reshaped America. Fast food's push towards mass production food has left small farmers struggling. When McDonald's began, they originally bought fresh potatoes, fresh food from local companies. They peeled and cut their potatoes every day and did a lot of fresh food instead of processed foods. And then in 1965, J.R. Simplot convinced Ray Kroc to switch to frozen fries. He told Kroc it would cut costs and ensure more standardized fries. Customers didn't taste the difference, so they said, why not? It's cheaper. It doesn't matter. So McDonald's was soon buying most of their frozen fries from Simplot Foods. This is really sad for farmers because lots of them, that's how they make their living. And so many farmers nowadays are going out of business because people simply don't want to pay for the real stuff. Small farmers are at an increasing disadvantage, and to survive, they must compete for contracts from few giant food processors. Klausner's book also goes into detail about big food companies actively resisting necessary food safety regulations. There is a study stating in that 2020, the U.S. Center for Disease Control estimates that 48 million people get sick from food poisoning each year. 128,000 go to the hospital and 3,000 die. Many different types of harmful bacteria can cause sickness in people, or death in extreme cases. For example, the hide of a cow sometimes contains residue of mud and feces. When it's removed, this can contaminate the meat. The meat can also become contaminated when the intestines are cut and pulled out. So basically the reason that America is so unhealthy is one simple issue: the food we consume. So to conclude this, in my opinion, public pressure can create a positive change in the fast food industry. If people state to riot and stop buying fast food, maybe healthy food will become more accessible and cheaper for the public. Junk food advertising and obesity rates are becoming worse than they have ever been. In the past, when public has demanded things to be changed, it has worked, and that's all that needs to be done: public pressure. Doing this can save so many lives, help so many Americans, and just help our lives be so much better and easier. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation on food consumption, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to help you have a healthier lifestyle. Thank you.